Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic is, do men and women, who sympathizes more? Men and women, who sympathizes more? Changed it. Changed it. All right, let me let it scroll. Let me let it scroll. How you doing today? Come on in, come on in. Tell a friend. Come on in and tell a friend. Come on in and tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Now come on in. Guys, the show is late night. Pay attention. Late night. So excuse my tardiness. I had Bible study today. It was so good. So good, child. So speaking of that, you know how like you be in church and like you'll be like, God, you really came through. God, I bless you and I thank you. Go ahead. Trying to think he brought to me. You just, get all emotional and stuff like that. And I was just feeling like, God, like, I wonder if somebody gonna come over to me and say, some encouraging words. Because they say you're supposed to, you're supposed to meet people like it's a room full of believers. So I'm like, let's see. Because I used to have people do this. And some lady came over to me and she said, God's in control, Ruth. And that's it. I was like, I just knew that was going to happen to me today. I was so happy. And I was like, because I said something to somebody else, because she on Sunday, she just went off. And she had me in tears. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets real and God is so good. So I'm just thinking about all the things he's done. And I'm like, yo, and then that too. So I was like, wow, it's so crazy how women can empathize with each other, right? I wonder though, do women empathize with men more or do men empathize with women more? Now, here's where I'm coming at. I was going to title the show, Do Men Empathize with Women? Because I'm just be confused. Okay. I want to hear your answer. Oh, if you're watching this if you're watching this, say hi. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. I haven't said that about it. So, because I'll be wondering, right? Now let me give you the scenario. This is what I always ask myself. Because women, we kind of feel for a brother. Like back in the day, we used to feel for him. Like, oh, really? That happened to you? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna do this and do that. And then that's how we get in scenarios, situations, problems in the future, right? But I wonder if men do that for women now. There's a slice of y'all. I'm not gonna say a bunch of y'all. I mean, no, some of y'all, some of the guys be like, yo, yeah, I kind of feel bad for her and this and that and stuff. I still hear that every now and again. But a lot of 2022 guys, it's like, sucks for her. That's her problem. I don't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, I just seen, it's not even the guys in 2022. I just seen a pattern and I just wonder, you know, now let me give it to you like this. If women have to deal with men and men don't have to deal with men, I'm talking about straight people here. If women have to deal with men and men don't have to deal with the men, right? So women are dealing with the brunt of the negative experiences of your, I would call them the lower level guys. They may look higher level, but they act lower level. So that's where you get all the horror stories from, okay? Because I want y'all to acknowledge that women go through things. I was watching Six the Goddess, and she was saying, she did this whole thing, which I don't need to do. She did it. She was like, just because, or I guess, well, Macy Gray said something like, just because you have, get the surgery doesn't make you a woman. And these transgender women were complaining that they could be a woman better than a regular woman, But then they were saying that they were encountering all types of violence and they wasn't for that. And her point was, at the end of the day, you're still a man. You can still, if somebody was tackling you, now you gonna have extra problems because of, if you're not telling people you're transgender, you're gonna have real problems. But if you're being assaulted like a woman, she said, take the good with the bad. Okay. Women have to deal with some things, like men get mad if you disrespect them. You say something to them, it can get very violent over the things you say. But I wonder, do men ever sympathize or empathize with women when they're literally being forced to, have sex with a stranger or somebody that or that take advantage of you? Like, nobody's ever forced you to do nothing, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, yes, at gunpoint, okay, I get it. But most likely, women have stayed in violent and emotionally abusive relationships. I feel like those issues have to be talked about. Those issues have to be acknowledged. And even if they never experience that, they experience a lot of psychological damage. I don't know about you, but when you are sitting here dating people, right, and it is not working out, like, there's only one way to win, okay? Like, for the people that want a serious relationship, I'm gonna take the phone back. The only way to win is if you know, get the result that you want. So a lot of times women want a certain result, and that's not for the women that's all fast in the pants and they just want some D and all of that. I'm not talking about you. I'm never talking to you, man. I don't know you. Like, it's not for me and you. Don't speak the same language. I speak French, you speak Spanish, okay? I don't speak that language, okay? I don't speak those kind of words, some terms. So I'm always talking about the women, like the quality, the high quality women that want to do better. Okay, maybe you a high quality woman that you ain't on that level. Like, you ain't like, I ain't trying to do better right now. Like, I am. Let me stay right here, sis. I'm with you. I got you. No worries. One day you're gonna come up out of that. But for the women that's always trying to be better, it's a way we have to be heard and understood. And when men see like that, somebody hurt you or you're not over something, yes, a lot of us need therapy, right? However, I was watching a show where what was it, Love is Blind, and the girl, she was breaking down. I was like, girl, I can't take it no more. She got mental health issues. Okay, she was mad because the man done went. Y'all, you already know you was sick. I know she was mad. She was throwing up, and the boy went to the party. All the couples were meeting each other and all that. And she couldn't be there. She goes in the closet. Sounds crazy. She is he's with somebody else. He shit on me. Listen, it's crazy. But let me tell you, if you know that he was gonna go see, if you know your man was gonna go see his ex, okay, and you don't know how that was gonna work, or that was the first time he ever saw his ex, you felt like you was losing him and all of that. You could empathize with the lady. Now, I don't know about going in the closet. That was taking a little too far. But my point is, she had a lot of emotional problems. She had a lot of trauma, a lot of issues that she had to work through. And then the thing about it is, like, she the one with the problems, but she's nitpicking at him. And I'm like bracing my chair, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, is this like, am I on a roller coaster ride? It was such an emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing but loving you was never good for me. I don't know how he did it. But then I realized the family saw him and he was like, you know what? I'm still gonna love you. In this, I think he's making a mistake, by the way. I'm like, run, just go. Hey, I'm still gonna love you. But we realized later on he got OCD, he got all types of things, and then the girl, she got the crazy eyes. Like, I don't want you to think I'm like that all the time. I don't want you to think this and that. People that look like this, they make look they I'm trying to tell you. The psychiatrist can't tell you. I'm not licensed to tell you. They make them faces like that. Something going on. It's not okay up there. So they connect. I don't know if it's trauma bond. I don't know what it was. And I was like, that makes sense. Y'all both crazy. Y'all both crazy. I'm not saying that the lady was on 10 with her emotions, but I'm saying at a 4. She's functional, but she just had a couple things happen. She's working it out. She's growing. She's caring for herself. She's getting better. Let's be real. Everybody's not gonna go sit at a therapist. They need to, but they're not going to do it. I wonder if men can empathize. Let me give you the definition of empathize. Empathize is understand and share the feelings of another. To similar words, identify. Can you identify with her pain and her past? Can you be in tune with it? Can you sympathize? Can you understand? Right? What does it mean to empathize with someone? It's emotion researchers generally define empathy as the ability to sense other people's emotions, coupled with the ability to imagine what else someone is thinking or feeling. I wonder, does it take you loving her to have empathy for her? Okay. I wonder if you can have empathy for each woman that you're involved with. I wonder. I'm just asking because what I have noticed, and it could be just lower level acting kind of guys, the empathy is lacking. They do not understand all that it takes to be a woman. And here's the thing: men can see a woman go through this, that, but you never understand her feelings and her emotions. Why? Because you don't have her hormones. I remember the time when I was like, yo, I was crying because I laugh every time. Like I was crying because I couldn't find my keys. And I'd cry again. I was working the whole day. I could not find my keys. Like I had to go grab the baby real quick out the daycare. And I was like, I've been doing everything right. And I knew I should have rested and I knew I should have ate. And I'm like, so a man would laugh at me for like I couldn't find my keys. And I wasn't like, no, it was like a tear. It was like a very dramatic tear drop. Like me very being so frustrated. And what I don't know if men are like, well, I never seen a man cry over a fight. But when a woman is angry and she cries, run. Just because she's crying does not make she's dangerous at this point. I mean, not every scenario. But have you ever been a woman? Have you ever been a woman? You've been so mad that all you can do is sit there and steam, and you like, you ever see a girl that's ready to fight, and you're like, what's she crying for? And she just, I don't see, I'm a mad crier. Oh my god! If you see Rue cry and she run, okay, for real. I'm just being real. So you'll never have the emotions or the hormones that she has. So all you can do, and I've seen men now, on the one hand, some of them don't do it as much or as much as they should, or only when things are good. But on the other hand, men, I feel like they're more empathetic than ever. On the other hand, they may not have been as empathetic as the fathers, as their grandfathers, but they're starting to understand and really, like these are the good guys. They really are the good guys. But the guys, the jerks, the cold kind of people, like women, you have to check for these things. This is a character flaw. If he cannot be empathetic to you, ma'am, that means he will leave you stranded on the side of a road. You do not need to deal with anybody that is going to leave you stranded on the side of a road. Whether he deal with you or not deal with you, if that person's like that, like for me, let's say I'm with somebody, right? And somebody's stranded on the side of the road, right? As long as I know nothing's going on, I would be proud of him for picking her up. I would be proud of him. Now, if that's your somebody used to be like so involved with, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about a random person, like either random or either just somebody you never dealt with. If it's somebody you used to sleep with, I'm gonna have my eyebrow up, right? But you know what I mean? Like, or even still, like it could be that. But my point is, um, the empathy has to be there in that person. That's a very important trait. If you don't have that in a man, like he is my husband material. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, why would you want somebody and you're breaking your back? You're going like a lot of women are just like, Like, see, this is how the guys be like husband of the year, right? The guys that be like, oh, well, if I know I'm working, and then he'll be like, oh, I'll make sure I cook dinner, or I make sure I clean up that day. You know what I mean? Like, those guys are putting themselves in his woman's shoes and saying, what can I do to make her life easier? If you don't have a man that is trying to make your life easier, then you shouldn't have a man at all. If you don't have a man that's trying to show and prove his love to you, then you shouldn't deal with him, period, because he doesn't have empathy. And you'll see it in little small doses. And then when big problems come, then you'll realize, oh crap, this person could care less about me. A lot of scenarios that people that I've gone through in the past, it was like, yo, if he just had more empathy, if he could understand where I was coming from in that moment, he wouldn't have a lifetime of problems, right? Because of one little scenario or two little scenarios, or because I know this how you are. So a lot of people could save themselves. So men, if you don't have it, get some of it, because it's going, it could cost you. And I say that in relationships, and I say that in business. A lot of times, as a woman, like I be thinking like, why do they, like, men be like, they don't want a woman to tell them nothing. But when it comes to like real estate, they seem to trust us because we give them more of an like experience. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Men could be great at it too, but at the end of the day, it's so emotional. I don't care if you a man, like, you just, your heart is racing. You buying the house, you like, yo, what is next? I don't know what's happening, what's going on. Am I getting it? Am I not getting it? What about buyers? Like, should I just give up and quit? I was like, no, no, no. He's like, because it seems like every little step is hard. And I'm like, no, this is normal. Like, I can tell you, I said, next time you have a problem, let me know when you're doubting, because I can let you know what's normal and what to worry about. You don't get to worry. You don't have to worry until you tell me and I say worry. If I tell you worry, now it's time to worry. But if I tell you you don't have to worry, it just put him so at calm and at ease. And he was like, I don't got nothing to worry about no more. She told me not to worry, I ain't gonna worry. You know, and it's like, don't worry, I can get you today. But it's something unfamiliar, and it's a lot of money involved. So it's going to make you nervous. But because I'm able to cinch that person's emotions, I'm able to say that extra thing. Yeah, he asked me a question, but I went the extra step. Anytime you need, okay? Anytime you need to ask me this certain type of question, feel free, pick up the phone and ask me, because I can give you a direct yes, no, and calm your nerves. You know, now, got to be in business hours. Don't play with me. Pray with me. Don't play with me. Coupled with the ability to imagine what someone else is thinking or feeling. So yeah, and when you're in a business for a while, you may seem to forget, because but I think something happened, and I was like, is this what they're feeling? Like, something happened. What was it? I was worried about something. Oh no, we about to hit him in the sorry. My son is. And anyway, you can't watch that. People hitting each other in the forehead with a pen. Lord Jesus, that movie to YouTube. So that's what I would say. Be careful of not being able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. That's the root of relationship show, is more so getting the women to put themselves in the man's shoes. If you do that, then you'll start to see what you could twist and tweak. And the same thing for the men is putting yourself in a woman's shoes, where you can twist and tweak like how you feel. We talked about tonight in Bible study. She said you're perfecting faith. I was like, oh, she's like, yo, you've been going through stuff up, down, crazy, sideways, left and right. But it's all your faith. Like, you've been through it so much. You've been through so much in life. It don't phase you no more. It can look crazy and ugly. I was like, yeah, that's me. And he said, but then there's another level of perfecting of your faith. So there's another level of empathy that you can have. There's another level. You can't be like, oh, well, like the girl of your dreams could be like, she had a traumatic experience. But oh no, I'm gonna throw you away because you were sad today. Like, what? Are y'all kidding me? You know, when y'all get the ring, I got the ring on today. When y'all get the ring and you say I do, there's no more like, oh well, you don't qualify, you don't qualify, you don't qualify. Men, you need to build your skill to empathize. I know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, say yes. You need to build your skills to empathize with a woman, because if you don't learn how to empathize with a woman, then you're gonna say stupid like things like, "Are you on your cycle today? Because you acting really crazy." You're not gonna understand her, and you're never gonna make her happy. Yes, you're supposed to be happy yourself, and the person's supposed to add to your happiness. But we know the truth. The truth is, women are slightly a little more irritated than men. Okay, and it's okay because the hormones. I get it, right? But it's not supposed to be 0 to 100 real quick. But if he knows how to empathize with you, he's already gonna know, yo, when she come home around 6 o'clock, if I burn a little candle and make it smell good in here, I already get her in the right mood. That's 5 seconds. If I already ordered the Uber Eats tonight because I know she's been cooking 2 times this week and I already know she's at her limit, it's Wednesday. I could tell you, like, I could just give the person the list, like on Thursdays, my friend. Today was Tuesday, and I was like, oh no. No, 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 no. It was a rough one. Only because I had to stay up with the baby. I don't know how we were napping throughout, because me and him were on our own schedule now. And we taking the nap, and I'm like, all right, we did this hard thing. Let me go take a nap. I took a huge exam. Let me take a nap. And I took another nap, and I'm like, oh snap, we sleeping late. 4 o'clock in the morning, we going to bed. Oh my gosh. The only reason why on a Tuesday, sorry for the but other than that, by Thursday, my friend, you already know. I'm gonna just let him know in the contract, like, on Thursdays, massage me to wake up. Like, I can't take it anymore. Like, it's Thursday. The way y'all be like, it's Monday, I'd be like, it's Thursday. But at least by Thursday, I knew I got some stuff done. I talked to a few my appointments. I got some showings in. I got some, I did some stuff before I started complaining. But now my body talking to me. Now when my body started talking to me, he need to know, like, it's give me right here, give me right here. And if you're real nice, give me some Bengay. I quit using it. It's not Bengay. Icy hot. Give me some icy hot. Oh my God. I'm about to go give me the gift of icy hot. I miss it. Yo, when you single, you can put all the icy how you want to. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But when you with people, you're like, it's thing. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Anybody understand the icy hot struggle? Well, I think that men need to, if they can empathize and they can be more romantic, I think that's, oh man, yo, we be solving a lot of problems on the relationship show. A lot of times, y'all be like, why is the woman not in the mood? Because you don't empathize enough with her. You're welcome for free. I give it to you for free, my friend. You don't empathize with her. You're not filling her emotional cup all day. You're not telling her, if words of affirmation is her love language, then you should know what you have to say. I just feel like whatever you're watching is not good. Ew, Emmanuel. What is that? Give me that. Put it on Blippy. Blippy now. Give me. Give me. I'm gonna put on Blippy for you. You wanna put Blippy? Then give me the phone. You wanna sleep. These people are so disrespectful on YouTube, man. Jeez. All right. So if you are really trying to make it a consistent, like, all you got to do is get us consistent. To be honest with you, you're in a relationship, you want consistent, whatever. If you making her feel attractive, if you getting her all dressed up, so y'all going somewhere and she gotta just get dressed up. Now she's gonna already feel sexy and she's gonna want to be more in the mood. But you so much want to worry about spending money. You never spend money. You don't never worry about what's the budget when you out with your friends. Oh, but when you want to go out with her, then it's a budget. Okay. So that's one night. So one night you go ahead and you make sure she get dressed up. You take her out. She's already feeling sexy. Y'all in the mood. Boom. Now if she keeps saying no, you got another problem. Y'all need to go therapy. The next night it's a massage. You've been talking to her all day and checking in on her, making sure she's having a good day, figuring out what her issues are, letting her vent to you a little bit, let her know everything's gonna be all right. Nice little massage, nice little setup, a scented candle. That's 2. Number 3, I don't know, switch it up. Whatever she likes. What does she like? I don't know. If you were asking her questions, what calms you down? What gets you in a good mood? What is there? What keeps you in a good attitude? Maybe you watch y'all Netflix and chilling, and you watch what she want to watch on the third night. I gave you 3 nights of good sex. You're welcome. That's 3 nights. Y'all want to tap people on some shoulders, some dry, ashy shoulders, and just expect her to give it to you. You know what I learned? Men, after a stressful day, how they relieve their stress is intercourse. But women, if they had a stressful day, because you know they working now, you know they got a job now, got a business to run or for. Now, when she's stressed out, that's the last thing that she wants to do. That's the last thing that she wants to do. She feels like taking a night off is her pleasure, not actually having to do it. So now you have to get her completely calm. And it feels so good to know that, like, from the show, that we've learned that women have to be at peace and calm. And I don't care if you're doing breathing exercises, if you're going to a spa, like, some things are free, some things are cost money. Getting her nails done, her feet done. Come on, whatever you got to do. That woman feels spoiled. If she's not reciprocating, then she feels entitled. That's on you, sir. You picked the wrong woman. But if you're doing these things for her, she's gonna want to, like, this is not how to get how to get more laid. Okay. That was not the title. The title is Men and Women Who Empathizes More. All right. So now let's go to the research. All right. Let's give me an example of empathy. You likely smile and take the trouble to remember people's names, right? People want to be talked to us, addressed by their own names, so you have to remember their names. Giving people your full attention in meetings, being curious about their lives and interests, and all. Let's see, full attention is one. Giving her your full attention. Ain't nothing like a man that is on his phone when you're talking to him about your feelings, and you're giving you're actually being vulnerable. Nowadays it's hard for women to be vulnerable. It's hard because this is what I'm saying. You're thinking like, oh, she's a brick wall, but she's been through so many times where she was soft, so many times when she was open, and then that person didn't respect her. So now you got to give her time and make her constantly feel like you're a safe place. If you wanted to grow your relationship, if you wanted to have an amazing relationship, then you would take the time to learn how to do these things. So be full attention, right? Being curious about their lives and their interests. I told somebody I was taking a test and they asked me what did I score on the test. Now, I could have been like, "Why would you judging me over there?" Or I could be like, "Well, dang, thank you for asking me what I got on the test. It was a practice test, but at least you acted like you wanted to know. You asked me about a detail of something I told you, meaning that there is a level of attentiveness there. One thing some women love is attentiveness. If you see, the thing about it is, if you love a woman properly, she would never have no eyes for nobody else. You want to talk about people them control and all that? All you gotta do is love her properly, and you have her wrapped in your back pocket, sir. Love her properly, treat her well. Hey, but in reality, if you find a good man, he's already doing it. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, let me see. Let me see. You got real quiet. No, no, don't start texting anybody. So that's what I would say. Offering constructive feedback are all empathic behaviors. So constructive feedback. I'm smiling now. I was like, okay, some people are doing good on this. So we're gonna learn about a couple of types of empathy. Yes. All right. So let's get into it. There are three main types of empathy, according to Paul Ekman and Daniel Goldman, who are psychologists and researchers. Cognitive empathy, hold on. Okay. Cognitive empathy is the type of empathy. Is an intellectual understanding of someone's feelings. Okay. It's an ability to consider other perspectives without sensing or experiencing them for them yourself, right? If somebody loses their job, you may recognize the emotions that they feel. You can understand how their emotions might affect their behavior. Doesn't mean you experience the stress yourself. I feel like there's some men that have that cognitive empathy from a mindset of like, okay, you told me something happened to you. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Right. Number two, affective or emotional empathy. So let's just call it emotional empathy. People who have emotional empathy tend to feel another person's emotions. Although not always the case, it may also include physical sensations consistent with emotions. So if somebody is in great distress after losing a loved one, you feel sad yourself and could experience chest or stomach pain while sensing that emotion in the other person. So there was a guy called Anton Daniels. When he went to Kevin Samuel's funeral, he was sensing chest pains because he was feeling bad for the family. So he had emotional empathy. You are feeling, a lot of women can feel the other person's pain. A lot of empaths can feel somebody else's pain. Now, the third one is compassionate empathy. It's a combination of cognitive and emotional empathy. You recognize and understand another person's emotions and you feel them. And you feel them. I'm not saying all men don't do this. This is what I want. You want to know what I want? First of all, I'm going to close this door. Don't touch. Don't touch. Go over here. Go over there. Don't be on the blinds. You got to get away from the blinds. Why are you walking through things like you a gladiator? Okay? So you have to. Compassionate empathy is a combination. So you're recognizing and understanding another person's emotions, but you also feel them. If you can be a man and feel what women are going through, if you can be a woman, I mean, I want to tell the men, you need to do this, but I'm telling you, the women, because sometimes us women, we don't think that men feel anything. We don't feel empathy for men. And I'm going to say it on both sides. Sometimes women don't feel the empathy for men. We think they're Superman and they never Clark Kent. They're both. They're both sometimes. If you think he's Superman, you don't think he's Superman, then he just Clark Kent. So I don't know to tell you, right? But we need to feel that empathy for men. They get cheated on. They get in dangerous situations just because they are a man. Their life is threatened. They they have they lose their job, which is, and nobody's gonna come and pay no man's bills. Stop, don't do that. Don't do that. And that's why they so like gung-ho, like, oh my gosh, if I'm down and she got me, I got somebody, like they really be like, oh my gosh, because they know it ain't normal. Is there a problem? Here, give me the phone. Then I'll take the phone. Go over there and watch it over there. Okay, go over there. Give it to me then. Go ahead. So if we okay, fine. I'm going. Let's go to the other room. Go. Let's go. Let's go, Deja. Let's go, Deja. Let's go, Deja. Let's go. You acting up. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. So then lay down right here. Okay. One second, y'all. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Blippi. Bing, bong, bong, bong. So we have to, women, we don't always think that men are tired after they work, right? We're like, you a man, man up, right? We don't think they get hurt, you know? We don't think that their feelings get, oh, this was a big one for me. We don't feel like their emotions, like their feelings are hurt. Like when you do something that he's offended, or when you take too long to put your makeup on or your lashes, that he's not frustrated. Just like when you frustrated when you waiting for somebody, like he's not frustrated at you. We don't think that they care. We just feel like y'all should get used to this because you want all this. You gonna wait for this. We don't have the empathy and look at them like a human being who has emotions. And they don't do it either. They don't. It depends on the man where I can see him doing it and I can see him not doing it at all, not caring. Or he'll keep it to himself and not really be like, um, how do I say it? He'll keep it to himself, but really hate you and not hate you, but be upset and disappointed at you, and you don't even know how many negative points that you're getting with him, to the point where it's like that number's so big, it's like this not going nowhere. But if we thinking that everything we do is good, we're angels and we're perfect, that's where we mess up. But when you realize you're a human being and you're gonna make him mad, the girl was like, I can't bear to think that you're mad because of me. And I was like, I was almost with her, and I was like, but she's still making it about her. And I was like, oh, right. But it's truth in what she's saying. Some people be like, well, listen, I'm gonna piss you off, and other people be like, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad that I made you mad. Don't be mad that I made you mad. Not be mad at me. You can't do it. It hurt my feelings when you're mad at me. I guess that's selfish, but not. I don't know. But it's just okay. I'll fix it. Just don't be mad, right? So I think it's cute. I think it's a good way to look at it. But some people are just like, look, you mad, you mad. Don't be mad. You just be mad. Like they don't care. So at least I care. All right, at least I care. Alrighty then. Taking on another person's challenges and hurt may end up taking a toll on you. That is why some people may not develop this type of empathy. So it's I wouldn't say it's selfishness. It depends, because if it's like always something going on, then that person is, you know, um like I don't want to say a drama addict, or they just their life is in shambles, right? And life can be like some people have a very busy, a lot of responsibilities type of life, and they always got something going on. It's always going to be pressure. If you built like that, then you can handle it. I mean, and I know it's get into territory of like you're a man and you should be able to handle the pressure that a woman has and your own. And don't tell me nothing about your problems, right? But it's almost like that sometimes, because it's like, all right, well, you don't have to deal with the emotional side. So I'm dealing with the emotional side of it. Nobody asked you to fix it, sir. Nobody asked you to fix it. That's another conversation. But emotionally, do you know how to get me from a 9 to a 4? And sometimes I can do it myself, but sometimes you can help me get there faster. You dig what I'm saying? So, and you don't know how to perceive it, and you don't know what it's like, but the person's not gonna even put their pinky toe in your situation to come tell you what they think about it, or to listen to you. And that's where we don't have where's the love in our community? Where's the love with one another? Where's the love where it's like I can listen to your problems and I can empathize with you? I may not be able to give you $1, but I can still listen to you and help you with that. Now, sometimes people complain and cry and mad because they want your help financially, or they want you to actually physically do something. But I'm just talking the emotional side of it. Can you feel my pain? That is a lot. That is a lot. If you can feel somebody's pain and help them work through it. Is it like it's going to take a toll? Not really. If you used to stress and you're holding all of this together, but you don't have the emotional roller coaster that woman is going through, this going to be your woman or is your woman. You're going to have to deal with that kind of stuff. That's one of the values of men that I tell women that like they're more valuable than sex and money. This is one of the values. You got to be able to hold carry her burden emotionally. Not to say that it's all yours, but try to find a way to like eliminate it. I remember I can't remember the exact thing that happened, but I was like, okay, well, if I did it your way, then I guess I would like this wouldn't even be a problem anymore. And that was it. And I was like, okay, that was a much better way of looking at it. Sometimes we just need a perspective shift. This is some things are free. Some things are free rather than you always putting yourself out there to people and strangers and things that don't matter. Giving investing in a woman. Hey, my friend, my fellas out here. Investing in a woman might be the best thing you do because yes, she might have a problem right now today, but every other day she's your piece. Every other day she's helping you, supporting you. It's just a give and take type of situation. I think that's a good deal. Now, if she always have a lot of times, men could be a little more proactive. Y'all are let me tell you something about men in 2022. Y'all are so reactive sometimes. Y'all are not trying to take charge. And it's pissing a lot of women off, okay? Feminine women would love to have a man be like, look, baby girl, this is what you gotta do. Bop, 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 bop. But you never want to give your opinion. You see it coming. You see the hurricane, whoop, 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 the tornado about to come and get her. She don't see it, but you're not going to warn her. This the kind of empathy I'm talking about. Like, listen, you need to X, Y, and Z. So at least when it comes, she like, you know what? He told me that, and I ain't listen. Do you think the next time she gonna listen a lot faster? She may not listen again, but she gonna listen a lot faster when life start hitting it and getting digging in there behind. You understand? So what's gonna happen eventually when she hip up to it? Like, yo, I had to talk to one of my friends. I was like, girl, has he ever steered you wrong? Has he ever steered you wrong? If he ain't steered you wrong, then listen to the man. Stop requiring long behind explanations about what he's doing. But just listen to the man. Now, on the other hand, if you just meeting somebody and you're supposed to put your full trust in this person, and other people have had years and years of situations, and that way that she can give her that level of trust. But the man expected up front, and I know this guy. He is a type of dude like he is good on his word. He will do what he say he's gonna do. He's gonna treat you good. He's gonna be a good man to you, honey. But his only thing is you got to like, if you don't trust my word and you don't think I have integrity and you don't think I have good character, he's out the door so fast you're not even gonna be able to spin your head and he's gonna be gone because he wants a woman to trust him and be like, he said he was gonna do this and now he did it. And he gonna be like when I be like hitting them settlements, like on settlement day, I'll be like, I told you so. Like, right? I don't mean to say I told you so, but I told you so. Right? Men, I feel like men have the spirit of I told you so. Is it just me? They like to be right. Like they like no, but me, I like when they right. I like when they right. Y'all could be like, dang, she just perk up when you talk about the men. A good man that is are y'all kidding me? And this time and age, okay? Because y'all like, whatever, men ain't right because you didn't meet the right man. But if you met the right man and he tell you this and that's right, and he tell you that and that's right, and he tell you that and that and that and that's right. Now he has some silly things over here. He didn't understand your world, but the major things, the things that matter, he was right, right, right. I get excited when they write. I'm like, that's free coaching. You know that, right? People are charging money for guidance. Okay. And you get a man's guidance for free. Gab, you know, eat that up. That's like having a bomb friend that always give you amazing advice and amazing perspective. And your friend, you my friend, Ruby, my friend. Okay, I'm your friend, girl. Amazing advice, amazing perspective, and she don't charge you nothing. She just your friend. That is like a diamond in the rough. That is amazing. A lot of us have friends and they stay giving us bad advice, right? But when you get good friends and hey, or your friends always giving you great advice, not what you want to hear, not the most common thing, but they're giving you great advice, that's precious. So a man giving you great advice, or you're going through the dating process and you're meeting people and they have good little things to say, different perspectives, and you never forget it, that's amazing. All right, let me go back to empathy. Relating, taking on another person's challenges and hurt may end up taking a toll on you. That's why some people do not develop this type of empathy. Now, for the women and the men, I would not suggest you like take on like what we try to do as women. Oh my gosh, I had done this. We try to do things for people that we have no business doing. There's no reason why you should be filling out a job application for a woman or a man. If they're not handicapped, disabled, they fingers work. You should not be doing it. I don't think that's support. I think what support is, look, you need 30 resumes printed. But you're the person that is the man or the woman that's supposed to be doing them applications. They do their part and you do your part to support. I ain't doing it for you. I can't do it because there's some people that want you to do things for them, but I can't go to work for you. I can't help you budget your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you give me the check. Now, if you give me the check, that's a different story. But if you're not going to give me the check, I need you to do your own stuff, sir. Ma'am, I need you to do your own stuff. You understand? There's going to be things I can help, but I'm going to help in my strengths, not just in what is random, kind of things. Now, if that's all you can do, you have no other value to that person. You better be, that's it. Put it in, honey. He helps you in so many other ways and so many things. But that's the only thing. Like, it's like if he doesn't help you, then you don't need to be doing that. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. So everybody can decide for themselves. You okay? Everybody can decide for themselves what's good. So relating to other people's suffering may lead you to consider helping. And research suggests that when you do help, your body produces more dopamine, a feel-good hormone. That's why when rich people are giving to people, they have that feel-good dopamine hormone. Then no, Emmanuel, don't go up there. Then this then leads and motivates you to continue acting on your cognitive and emotional empathy. So you keep doing it. Examples of compassionate empathy include stopping your car to help to see if someone fall. If you see somebody fall, or donating to a cause after natural disaster. All right. So not everyone develops compassionate empathy, but there are different levels of emotional and cognitive empathy. For example, you can feel sad that your partner is experiencing a challenge, emotional empathy. It hurts you to see them hurt. Yet you may not really understand why they feel this way. Or you may even feel that their reason for feeling sad isn't serious enough to warrant these emotions. How can you judge? No, Emmanuel, I'm coming. Give me the phone. Get down. I'm taking the phone now. Pow, pow. Pow, pow. Oh, you feel like you the man when you up there, huh? Oh, you feel like you the man, huh? Emmanuel, if you get hurt, go find the phone. Stay right there. Okay. So you don't think it's that serious to have these kind of emotions, and you may have difficulty situation from their perspective. That's cognitive empathy. Like you can't see it their way. So that's the cognitive empathy. Now, woman to man, man to woman. So if a woman has an issue and the man can't see it her way, you have a problem empathizing with her, right? And a lot of times I feel like when I talk about issues, like somebody was like, we were talking about like doing a show where it's multiple women, and we're going to be talking about relationships or whatever. It's coming soon, but hopefully, but I'm like, I tell them they don't like me out there. It's like it's people that love me. You either love me or you hate me, because I try to see it. Like I can get it. And this is what I was saying, right? I can see it from women's perspective, but because I can feel their pain and still see it a different way. I can feel women's pain about life, about how we are, about whatever we go through, but I still see the different perspective. And I'm trying to flip that switch on the women so that they can understand things from different points of view. We've been women all of our lives, and we still got the results that we have. If we don't come to another level of thinking, if we don't see things in a different way, then we're always going to get what we're going to get. I know the stakes. So somebody can make a case and say, Ruth, but you don't empathize with us. You don't have the compassion. You don't. I'm like, but I do. But then I say, I got to get over it, because this other perspective is so much stronger. This other perspective is so much more. If we fix this, then we can actually get results. So yes, I do feel for us. I feel for us women when we're going through hard times, when we're going through emotional turmoil, when we feel like we're falling apart and breaking down. If men didn't feel like that, why would they commit so much suicide? Mommy, I just... Now, that means that men are feeling that emotion too. But they just more successful at committing suicide, unfortunately. Because they got the most gruesome way. The women, they be doing ways and it don't work. Thank God. Thank God. But we go through it. And when we don't have compassion for each other, that's when we do have 911 crises, and we can't help one another because we're not even used to sympathizing with them. Or empathize. Can you imagine that your loved one, you got to talk to them, and you never develop your empathy for them? So now they're feeling distraught. And if you just said the right words and you could have this skill, you could save somebody's life, and y'all thinking it's a waste of time? Absolutely not. It's not a waste of time. Can I help you? Where's my phone? Go give me the phone. I want the phone. Bring it to me. Go give me the phone. Give me the phone. How do we get this up? Right? All right. So yeah. Lack of empathy. Is it possible? Empathy exists on a spectrum. In most cases, it's not entirely absent, it's just diminished. And I feel like there's a lack of empathy for the level of pump and dump. There's a lot of lack of empathy for the level of ghosting, lack of empathy. Like you'd rather instead of being real honest, truthful, and transparent, you rather like, oh, she'll get the picture, he'll get the picture once I stop calling them. Like talk to people. Like, what if that was you? What if that was you considered that was the love of your life and she didn't even say goodbye? Or that was somebody that you cared about so much and you didn't even want to talk about the issues and you just walked away. You get what I'm saying? What if you was feeling somebody so much so you wanted to take it to the next level with them, and then she was like, nah, I'm good. Or he was like, nah, I'm good, but never said nothing. But when we don't have compassion, this is what happens. But it's all good, because if you are sowing those seeds, right, of, I don't know if the word is discompassion or lack of empathy, If you're sowing those seeds, you're gonna reap it one day. One day you're gonna be like, all right, I'm ready. Ding ding ding. I'm ready. A lot of these guys like, I'm ready to be married. And I was like, gotcha. All the ones you thought wasn't to marry you, hey, they don't want to get married now. Could that be the back in the day you sowed some seeds and now you gotta reap what you sow? Could that be that you was going and playing games with a lot of women and now you gotta start getting played? Could that be before you really get what you want? You reap what you sow. That's why I never worry about how do I get somebody back. I don't have to do that, sweetheart. God is going to get you back. It's going to be worse. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be worse. You're gonna be like, Ruth should have got me back because I would have survived it. But when God is like, yo, I remember there was one girl, she was like, she was my ex's baby mama. She was like, I don't know, she's like, I've been cursed ever since I left him. I've been cursed. She said, for 10 years, I couldn't get one man to just take me seriously because I did him so dirty. And she was like, I'm cursed now. She's like, I think it's over with, but dang, I paid the price. That's what's gonna be like when you constantly treating people wrong. So some signs of lack of oh, getting good. Getting good. Hey, getting good. Y'all, I'm supposed to be rapping. Don't get good now. Don't get good now. Ooh. Okay. Here are some signs that someone lack empathy. Baby, ladies, take out your notepads. Fellas, take out your pen. Being critical and judgmental. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you see it. It's time to see it. It's time to see it. You gotta believe it. Hey, it's time to see it. Hey, time to see what you see. It's up for you, it's up for me. Time to see it. It's time to see it. Number one, if someone lacks empathy, they are being critical and judgmental. What's so beautiful about the internet? You can go through hold up. You can go. What's so good about the internet is you can go through somebody's timeline and you can start seeing them boom, 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 boom. Look at their Facebook posts, their Instagram posts, whatever little comments you can find, right? I'm not saying stalk people, but you got to do your research. These girls be doing research. Yeah. Hey, well, uh, this piece of hair ain't come up. It doesn't me first. This piece of hair up in the sink ain't come from me first. Oh, be a good drug. Being critical and judgmental. People who have low empathy may excessively criticize other people. If you see somebody, they just can't accept you for who you are. They nitpick you. They are very critical and judgmental. They lack empathy. They lack empathy. I love this. Okay, so people who have low empathy may excessively criticize other people for experiencing or expressing emotions in certain scenarios. Someone with a lack of empathy may also blame the person sorry, for what they're experiencing. If you don't do those things, if you didn't do those things, you wouldn't be in trouble now. You have a problem and the person's sitting there blaming you for the problem. What does this have to do with me? I get it, but that's not what I need right now. Someone who isn't empathetic may also label people or behaviors without considering the context. They may criticize a colleague for being late without realizing or appreciating that they have a sick child at home. There's a reason for what everybody is doing. Number two, thinking it wouldn't happen to them. Someone with low empathy may have trouble connecting with other people's circumstances. To my head is like, oh, the other side lives. you have to monitor some of the comments that you get from people. You have to write write them down. If somebody's giving you a red flag, I want you to write down every single red flag down, whether you think it's a red flag or not, and make that list of red flags. If that thing keep going higher and higher, and it never ain't no green flag in sight, you're not gonna let them go, sis, because y'all be holding on to these. Hello, Emmanuel. Okay, it's time to go. No. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. Oh no. Oh no, you're gonna sit down? Okay, fine. Oh, you're gonna play the game. So you're gonna play your video and sit down. And you're gonna burp in everybody's face. Oh wow. Excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Brown hair. I didn't even notice how brown your hair was. My hair is not the same color as yours. Mine's just dark brown. Anyway. Oh, you gonna take a picture of us? Oh, I'll take my picture. Oh, guys, look at the picture. Oh, this is so cute. So cute, baby. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. No. My baby. Oh my gosh. Baby. Hold on, let me save it. Let me save it. No, don't do that. Emmanuel, okay, you gotta go. Hold on, y'all. Family moment. I want this picture. I want it and I want it now. Okay, I got a screenshot. You look so cute. All right, go. I'm hot. All right, I'm about to wrap up. Oh, you know what you could do? You could do Toka. Emmanuel break. Toka boka. Toka boka. Okay, so thinking it wouldn't happen to them. Okay, they believe that a certain event would never happen to them, and they could have handled the situation much better. They feel like this is the case. They won't be able to understand because they feel this is the case. They won't be able to understand or feel the other person's distress. I know somebody that was like that. Number 3, calling other people too sensitive. I know some people that was like that. Other people calling other people too sensitive. They have difficulty understanding other people's perspective and sensing their emotions. A person that lacks empathy will sometimes think emotional reactions are not valid, or they may act in dismissive ways. You're feeling that way because you want to, or because you're too sensitive, but it's not really that bad. How many women have ever heard that? How many men have ever heard that? It's like it's not really that deep. It's like the person just don't want to go deeper with you. One day they're gonna wish they can. Number 4, in responding in inappropriate ways. Someone with low empathy may joke about someone's emotions or circumstances. I told you about that. They may also have a difficult time actively listening to you. They could also act chirpy or indifferent after you've expressed feeling sad or stressed. Someone who is empathetic might try to cheer you up when they see you down, but someone who isn't may ignore how you feel altogether. Number 5, having trouble understanding how their behavior affects others. Ding 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 ding. Oh. Often low empathy, and don't judge my cup, okay? This is a child friendly cup. He broke all my wine glasses, so doesn't mean I don't have class. It just means I have kids. It's all good. All right. So, low empathy may result in a person not realizing that their actions can affect others. Sometimes people be so busy with what they're doing, and they made a certain commitment to you, but then they back away from it, and they are so into themselves that they're not even considering how their acting affects you. So they're having trouble understanding how their behaviors is affecting other people. How am I living my life? Not having anything to do with you know what I'm saying? You called me. You want to hire me. Well, you told me you wanted to marry me. I my okay, y'all know right? So it's like, why are you acting like that when you know you the one talked to me? Like what? Okay. Other times they may understand how their behavior impacts other people, but they may not feel remorseful about it. Ma'am, if he does not feel remorseful, there's women that act just like the niggas I'm talking about. Oh, did I say that? My bad. I'll probably clean up my language. There's some women, I'm gonna call them nuggets. 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 How about that? There's some women that act just like the nuggets I'm talking about, okay? The nuggets I'm talking about. Now, all men ain't nuggets now. All right. So they don't feel remorseful. They don't care. It's like that girl that's IG model. That girl gets all the attention. She's always zhuzhed up and everything like that. And, you know, on her phone with her nuts off her hair. Yeah, whatever. Bring me my money, bring my food. Like, it's all about her. She do something to you, she don't feel remorseful about it. She'll cheat on you and be like, get over it. What? Like, so what? You over here pressed about her. This means that sometimes that someone may act in selfish or vindictive ways without realizing or caring that it hurts you. All right, vindictive. I know that it's like getting people back, but I just gotta look it up. Let's look at the dictionary. I don't think this is a word I ever looked up. Vindictive. I love looking up words. Having or showing a strong or unreasoning desire for revenge. A strong desire for. I used to have a revenge problem. I don't think I have it, but I let the Lord handle my work. Difficulty maintaining relationships. Here we go. Low empathy may lead to constant friction in relationships or lack of meaningful bonds. When someone has a difficult time understanding other people's feelings or acting in helpful ways, they may end up with few or no meaningful connections. Sometimes they're not even aware this is happening. All right, so this is like when a person is actually being short with people, or they're just like, who wants to be on the phone or talk to somebody that's just always like it's a drag to listen to you or to hear from you know what I mean? Like from people. It's not me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about they just don't care about what other people are going through or what they want to talk about. They just like, yeah, okay, right. Like this could care less. Be very careful because that is the same kind of person that will feel the same way about you one day. So watch how they act with other people. Causes of low empathy. Everyone may experience low empathy at times. For example, it may be natural to have difficulty feeling or expressing empathy towards someone who's harmed us. Or if you feel like a woman harmed you, now you have difficulty empathizing with all women. If you feel like a man has harmed you, you may feel difficulty empathizing with all men. So it's very careful. There is some debate whether a person is born with low empathy or if upbringing, social factors play a role. So there's other factors. So when you have personality or development disorders, the person can have narcissistic personality disorder. They can have Machiavellianism, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, alexithymia, and autism. These people have low levels of empathy. Okay, so if you're dealing with a lot of narcissists, guess what? You're gonna know what I'm talking about when it comes to lack of empathy. Okay, modeling, because empathy is partly a learned behavior. You may not be as empathetic if you didn't experience much empathy while growing up. My mother was very, very empathetic. Oh my gosh, she could feel your emotions, and she's always she's like this. Everybody call her their mom. That's it. That's my mom. It's my sister. Like she can really empathize with people. So that's where I learned mine from. But if you didn't have that modeling, if your mom was rough and hard and cold and all of these things, you're gonna have a lack of you're not gonna know how to empathize with other people. Or you could say, I don't want to be like her, and then you have empathy. So you might be suffering from, well, I saw this thing. You can go one way or you can go another way with it. That's like if somebody saw their dad act a certain way. They're either like, I want to be like you, or I don't want to be like you. I learned how to. You're either my role model or not my role model. Same thing with your mother. You either want to be like your mother or you don't want to be like your mother, and that can change flip flop back and forth through your life. Also, if you were alone much of the time, you may not have the opportunity to practice empathy. This too could lead to a reduction of empathetic expression. So, kids that are only children, they may have low empathy. Low emotional intelligence, burnout, and stress. Emotional intelligence may be linked to empathy. If you haven't developed this type of intelligence, you may have low empathy. But being under prolonged stress may lead to someone being less tolerant of other people's behavior and have lower cognitive empathy. So, if you got a lot of stuff going on and you're stressed out, you're not going to have a bandwidth to handle other people's situations. No. In some cases, emotional avoidance may also be a reason why someone, ding, 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 why someone may not develop or practice empathy. They're always trying to back away because they don't want to connect emotionally with you. If someone is if somebody had the intention of leaving you from day one, they just want to spend a certain amount of time with you, get for certain uses and benefits out of you, and they just don't want to connect with you like that. If you feel like that you're not connected with that person, you need to abort ship, okay? Because they're purposely there are some people that purposely walk away from every emotional conversation. They shut down completely. Like, I don't want to talk about emotions. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about what you're going on. I don't want to talk about that. They shutting you down quick. Why? Because they don't plan on attaching themselves to you. They don't want to feel the empathy. So they try to cut it all out or switch the topic or not go there with you. Be aware. If someone is emotionally burnt out, they may avoid all additional sources of distress, including relating to someone else's difficulties. But it's so interesting that when you do relate to somebody else's difficulty and you help that person, it said that you are going to experience dopamine, the feel good hormone. So they say when you're depressed, go out and help other people. So that is a vicious cycle all on its own, because if that person's not empathetic and want to help other people, then they're not going to get a chance to help you, and they're not going to have the feel good hormone that's going to help them bring their stress levels down as well in their life. So we have to be there for one another. Men have to empathize with women, women have to empathize with men, and we got to be there for each other. But if it's a person that is not safe to empathize with, then baby, walk away. Walk away. Family or not, a relationship or not, friend or not, blood or not, walk away if they cannot empathize with you. There's some people now, I know we talk about relationships, but go back in your family member list. Who was not doing that empathy? Now, I'm going to give you some practical tips, and we're out of here. Practical tips for developing empathy. Okay. Empathy can be developed. So here's how you build cognitive empathy. Consider asking questions whenever you feel like you don't understand what the person feels. So you can say, how do you feel about this? What were you hoping for? Is there anything else on in your life you want to talk about? That's good. I like that. How do you feel about this? What were you hoping for? Is there anything else going on in your life that you want to talk about? You will also work on being more observant of body language, right? Tap into somebody else's emotions if you notice a change in their expressions. That's if you're face to face with them. So, learning more about what's important to those around you may help you notice their mood changes, even if you don't feel the same way they do. right? So, for example, if you know someone cares a lot about their pet, even if you don't like animals, you may understand why the loss of their companion is devastating to them. So, how do you increase your emotional empathy? Working on watch this from the beginning if you don't if you're a little lost, but empathy. Work on recognizing your own emotions uh, may help you connect with other people. Not everyone will recognize how they feel at all times or why they act a certain way. Some people are more emotionally intelligent about than others. Some people are journaling. Some people are in touch with how they're feeling. I was like, yo, why am I eating like this? Because if I don't understand why I'm in a uproar, I'm like, I'm not even hungry. And I was like, eating. I was like, what am I stressed about? So a lot of us will lose weight if we just start being more emotionally intelligent and empathetic. That's crazy, right? For example, you may act irritable and impatient to and impatient today. Sorry. You may act irritable and impatient today without realizing it's because you've been sad about an argument that you had yesterday. So you might blow up. You blow up on them kids, sis. Yo, I shout out to all the mothers out there. Shout out to all the married women, all the single women. Shout out to y'all. The ones that I be cracking up with, like the some of the women are like, yo, I'm ready to get these kids out of here. Like, like they just feel overwhelmed. And it's a lot. And I get it. And it's constantly emotional or crazy. And like if you feel like you're exploding on your children, then you need to go back and check with yourself. Like, what's going on with me? Because we think that is normal. Maybe we saw our moms or aunties, our grandmothers exploding on the kids and losing it, but it's scary to them. One, it was scary to you, two, and then three, you need to fix whatever's going on with you. Because if you can't be peaceful and teach them not to explode when things get out of hand or out of control, and you work, and then you like, why do my kids act this way? They got it from you. Okay. You should also practice listening more attentively and resisting the desire to tell the other person about your personal experience when they're talking about themselves. This right here, I have to work on. Don't talk about me when you tell them about their story. All right. So that's probably how you stop switching. That reminds me of the time where I used to like my kids would come home and they would start telling me the story, and Deja was like, so now I was like, my oldest was like, she's like trying to tell me the story, but of course it's a long behind story, but she didn't know that I would jump in and I was like, yeah, da, 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 and I had a speech and okay, what happened next? Da, 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 da. It take them forever to tell the story. So when my oldest came around, she's like, "This is how it is all the time." She's like, "Yeah, girl." I was like, "Oh, you made me feel bad." How you doing, guys? Oh my gosh! I was like, I gotta practice listening and not. Yo, but it'd be real good though. It'd be real good. I'm like, yo, I had something to say. It's real good. But then I was like, do you mind when I do that? She's like, no, it's good. I like it, man. It's like blink twice if you say I don't feel safe. All right, enhancing compassion and empathy. As you develop both cognitive and emotional empathy, you'll be more likely to have compassionate empathy and step into action when you see someone having a difficult time. I feel like we're in a season and a time where we need to be more empathetic to others. I know that God has been walking with me and showing me how other people go through stuff. And I'm like, this is not real. Like, what is going on? And I just be like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. So it's important that we reach out to one another. It's about to be, it's 2022, 2022. And it's about to be a recession. And so we got to be more compassionate. People are about to start losing their homes. It's gonna be some stuff, okay? It's people investing. We were over here. I have so many people ready to invest in real estate. Like they ready to buy them properties up, honey. And so, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna have to be able to understand one another. So let's recap, okay? We talked about the three types of empathy: cognitive, emotional, and compassionate, which is a blend of both. Cognitive is when you can empathize, like you know their situation, but you don't feel it. Emotional is when you feel it. And compassionate is when you know it. Okay. When you know it and you feel it. When you know it and you feel it. And empathy may help you exhibit more helping behaviors, which could also improve your relationships. But you have to also want to have improvement in your relationships. Some people that are not empathetic, they don't, everybody's temporary to them. Everybody is a come and go for them, and they're a little cold. So you got to be careful with, like, that's why I say if you really want to make sure you're picking the right people, you have to learn these things. So that way you can pick the right person. You want to be on repeat. You want to have what's that day that golf when the Groundhog Day, and you keep doing the same thing and dating the same person, the same mistakes all the time, all the time, all the time? Or do you want to start understanding, like, oh, this person is low in empathy, and for me, I need somebody that can really understand what I'm dealing with and going through, and somebody that's willing to help, not somebody that's cold hearted and just gonna let me fall on my face. Like, those are not friends. Those are not people that you want. Okay, come here. If you feel you could be more empathetic, you've taken the first steps. Empathy is something you can develop, but it starts with awareness. If you're having a challenging time developing empathy, so a goal, develop empathy. A lot women need it, men need it. We need to be like, oh, look at Ruth doing the show every day. She don't care what time it is. She gonna make sure her show's in. I feel empathetic for Ruth. Let me drop her cash app $ Ruth the realtor, right? That's empathy. Or let me give her a like on her YouTube channel. That's empathy. Let me subscribe to her channel. All right. Let's empathize with your favorite realtor. If you are having a challenging time developing empathy, you need to seek the support of mental health professionals that will help you to in practicing a few techniques that will help. This is super important. It's going to help you have stronger relationships. Stronger relationships lead to stronger money and stronger families and all that good stuff. Guys, that is it for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? I knew it. You weren't gonna let me do it. It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye. I bless your dating life, your marriage, your children. Bye.